Hola, clase. Let's go over the vocab for the mal compañero de cama. If you'd like to push pause on this video to make sure that you have this and just to double check what it is that you wrote down to make sure that it's good. Sometimes word reference doesn't really give you the sense of things, and there's a couple words on here that just won't show up in the dictionary. So afirmar, these people affirm something. We're going to say that this is the verb to state. So if you ask people, hey, do you have problems sleeping? 72% of people state that they do. So it's kind of a formal way of saying that they say it. Por culpa de this is because of. There's a lot of ways to say because of, and this is going to be kind of more like there's blame to be given. Culpa is guilt or blame. And if I say, tengo la culpa, I'm guilty. So I did something wrong. So we're issuing blame to the noise, which is interrupting people's sleep. And urbe, of course, is just an urban area. Provocar, it looks like the verb to provoke, which I guess it could mean that, but it also really means to cause. And we're going to see this verb over and over and over and over again in both levels of SL1 and SL2. Provocar, to cause. Impedir really is the idea of inhibiting something. So inhibit. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Conciliar sueño. Kind of a goofy little play on, not really a play on words, but like an idiomatic phrase. This is just to get sleep. Conciliar is to kind of like to get, so to speak. And we're talking about conciliar sueños, just to get sleep. Tenaza, these are pliers, right? They are pliers, aren't they? Let's double check that. I didn't look it up, and tenazas. Yeah, these are pliers. Remember that song we listened to? Mucho ruido. That song mentions that the sound of pliers. Amenaza, the sound of threats. The verb amenazar is to threaten. So these are threats. Escorpión is a scorpion. Scorpions, do they make sound? I don't know. I feel like we went over this. Distinto. This is just the word. It looks like distinct, and it does mean that, but it really is the word different. DKV is a health insurance company in Spain. Galles is a company that makes hearing aids. They also do a lot of research, and they try to help people in third world countries by providing them with free hearing aids and medical care. So they're kind of a bit of a charitable group. They do charitable things. They try to raise money to support those types of charities, but it's kind of a cool organization, and they do a lot of research, and they are cutting edge in terms of helping people regain their hearing. Ronquido. Apparently, my wife says I have a problem with this. This is the noun snoring. Not the verb, but the noun snoring. Las peores valoradas. We're saying here that Madrid, Barcelona, Sevilla, o Valencia, las peores valoradas. This is to say they're the worst when it comes to whatever it is that they're rating. I don't know why conciliar is on there twice. Derivar is to derive. So we get this number that we've researched from a study that we did, and we could say we derive this number, we obtain this number. This number stems from something. Decibelio is a decibel. and that is a measurement of sound intensity. And the higher, obviously, the number, the stronger the sound is. Disminución is the reduction of something. Rendimiento is performance or efficiency of something. My performance is not very good these days. I'm being impedir. They're impediring me. Technology is impediring my rendimiento. Estado de ánimo. We try to keep that up as high as possible. Estado de ánimo is really just your mood, the way you feel, your state of being, your state of mind. Okay, tell you what, let's do this. Now that we have these words and we've talked about them a little bit, let's just do a little reading. Follow me, please. Mal compañero de cama. Oh, look at that. I can make it big just by making my fingers twitch. Además de los problemas de salud, el ruido no es buen compañero de cama. 1 de cada 4 españoles afirma que no puede dormir por culpa del ruido ambiental, de una encuesta de 149 personas. Yeah, we did go over this. We did talk about this, but we got cut off. Remember, this was like the last thing we did before we went on COVID break. El problema se acentúa en grandes ciudades como Madrid, Barcelona, Sevilla, o Valencia. Okay, so this problem se acentúa. Acentuarse. We should have made that a vocab word. Acentuarse is to accentuate. So the problem is accentuated in big cities, right? The problem of noise is accentuated in big cities like Madrid, Barcelona, Sevilla, Valencia. By the way, going back to the question we asked you yesterday, ¿cuál es o quién es el mal compañero de cama? El mal compañero de cama, the bad bed buddy, is noise, right? So we're talking about el ruido. El ruido no es buen compañero de cama. It says it right there. Noise is not a good bedmate. And we joked about this a little bit before we went on COVID break. Okay, back to this. Madrid, Barcelona, Sevilla, o Valencia, consideradas como urbes ruidosas por sus residentes. All right, so they are considered as noisy urban centers by their residents. We talked about this. Ado, ido ending with por. And so they are considered such and such a thing by something. Hey, it's the same thing when we said this painting was painted by. Fue pintada por. Same situation. All right, so una situación que, como indican los expertos, provoca la alteración de las etapas del sueño e impide un descanso óptimo. My question is this, and I know this is a video, and I can't really ask anyone to raise their hand right now, but what is doing this verb provocar? What's doing the verb provocar in this sentence? We have una situación que, como indican los expertos, provoca la alteración de las etapas del sueño e impide un descanso óptimo. It's the same thing that's provocar, the same thing that's doing the provocar verb is also doing the impedir verb. And it's the situation. What's the situation? Situation is this problem of noisy cities. Ambient noise is causing people to not be able to sleep well. The situation causes a change in the stages of sleep and reduces or inhibits the optimum rest. Right? We all need rest, and it inhibits optimum rest. Noise does. Pero ¿cuáles son los principales factores que más molestan a la hora de conciliar el sueño? No es el ruido de tenazas, ni el de estaciones, ni el de amenazas o el de escorpiones, como en la letra de la canción de Sabina, sino otros muy distintos. Okay, so this is a very famous song. Mucho, mucho ruido. Everybody knows it. Every Spaniard knows this song. And it's not the noise of pliers or seasons or threats or scorpions like the lyrics of the song, but rather other different ones, other very different causes. Sino, remember sino from Spanish 3, maybe? This is the word but, as in rather. We wouldn't say pero here. We would say sino because it's not just something, it's not just but, it's but rather something else. En Madrid, urbe donde más datos han recogido el informe de DKV GAES, un 37% de los problemas para poder descansar correctamente está condicionado por los gritos en la calle. Un 16,7% de las conversaciones de los vecinos y un 16,7% de los ronquidos de la pareja. Okay, why do we have a comma here? Well, because it's Europe. Europe switches commas and periods. So 16.7% is what we'd say in English, but 16,7% is what we'd say in Europe. Any European system is going to do this. Not necessarily just all Spanish-speaking countries, but Europe in particular. People screaming in the streets. This is causing people to not be able to sleep too. I guess if you live downtown Messina, that might be the case. If you live out in the country, you're in good shape, right? Hasta un 72% de los españoles considera que vive en una ciudad ruidosa y son las urbes de Madrid, Barcelona, Sevilla o Valencia las peor valoradas. These are the worst. Los sevillanos son los que más problemas tienen para conciliar el sueño. Un 31% seguidos de los madrileños y los bilbaínos. Who are bilbaínos? People that live in Bilbao. Bilbao is in the very north. It's in the País Vasco. And hey, we went there. Millie, you went there with me. Remember Bilbao? We got our picture in front of that big steel Bilbao sign. And then there was a big steel sculpture to commemorate the steel workers of that area. So yay, Millie, for going to Bilbao. I didn't think Bilbao was noisy, though. When we were walking around, I was thinking to myself, this is a beautiful, quiet city. But apparently there's some noise there. So I don't know. I didn't hear it when I was there. I didn't have a problem sleeping. Okay, so let's see here. We have un 28,2% de los residentes y los barceloneses, los que menos dificultades encuentran, un 17% de la ciudadanía. Otros de los problemas en los que puede derivar un alto nivel de decibelios son las interferencias en la comunicación oral o la disminución o rendimiento y el aprendizaje y el deterioro cognitivo entre los niños. All right, what are we talking about here? Other problems that come from high level of noise in the form of decibels, a high level of decibels of noise, are interferences with oral communication. You know, if you're on the street and a bus goes by and someone's in the middle of a sentence, you might have to say, hey, what did you say? Because there's interference. Reduction in the performance of learning and the deterioration, a cognitive deterioration among children. This is a problem. Noise is definitely a problem. A la lista hay que añadir la percepción de pérdida de bienestar de la calidad de vida. En definitiva, el estado de ánimo puede verse alterado por el ruido. You know that noise can change your mood. It can make you irritable. Un 21% de los madrileños afirma que se ve afectado, cifra que se eleva hasta el máximo de 7% en el caso de los residentes de Barcelona. Okay, so a cifra is a figure. The figures that we're looking at are these percentages, right? So 21% of Madridians state that they have been affected, that they see themselves as being affected by noise, a figure that is elevated to the maximum of 37% in the case of the residents of Barcelona. Okay, we talked about this. We talked about the vocab. All right, so ¿de qué trata el reportaje? Yo puedo decir que el reportaje... Oh, perdone. I want to review this, and I think I'm going to hit pause to make sure that I can reformat this document. Hold on a second. Oh, well, I can't figure it out, but it'll work like this. We'll make it work. ¿De qué trata el reportaje? El reportaje trata de qué? What does it deal with? It deals with it deals with noise and its effects on Spanish residents, right? This is the residents of Spanish cities. Let's say this. Los efectos de ruido sobre, upon, right? The effects upon los residentes de urbes españoles. Sorry about the formatting. This article deals with the effects of noise upon residents of urban centers in Spain. Yep, it does. ¿Cómo obtuvo el autor de los datos para este reportaje? How did the author get her data, her information? Let's go up to the top. She got her data from surveys that were conducted. What were those surveys conducted? Right here. This report from DKV Galles. Un informe is a report. So we're talking about most of the data comes from this DKV Galles report. Now, DKV, we said, was a health insurance company. And Galles is a company that does research with research, and they produce hearing aids. So you get these two companies together. They do research. They do a report. They put out a report. Everyone reads it, and they're like, oh, no, we got to do something about noise in big cities. And hopefully people work on solving that problem. So let's say this. This is el informe de DKV Galles. And it comes from in part encuestas. Encuestas right here are surveys of 149 people, and the DKV Galles report, it's a report. Okay, so reportaje is an article. So let's not confuse these things. A reportaje is a report, but it's really more of an article, un artículo. And the report that she did, or the report that she read, is an informe. Okay, so we have these different words. All right, let's go to the answer. Let's say this. The author, el autor, or it's actually a female, she got her information. And when you go out searching for something, it doesn't come to you. The verb is obtener. So, obtuvo, she did research. Los datos de una encuesta y un informe. That's enough. Last question. ¿Cuáles son las principales causas que la gente en las urbes no puede dormirse? What are the main causes that people can't sleep in these urban centers? Well, the main causes are not pliers, threats, seasons, or scorpions, but rather something else. Shouts in the street, conversations of the neighbors, and snoring of their partner. Oh my God. This is what they say. Okay. Remember, this is the question in the beginning of this paragraph. But what are the main causes? What are the main factors that bother people at the hour of sleep, at the time that they have to get some sleep? It's not pliers. It's not blah, blah, blah. It's, whoopsie, it is shouts on the street, conversations with neighbors. Like the neighbors, we can hear them talking. We can hear them fighting, and snoring. Okay, so check it out. Let's do this. Los que viven en urbes, those that live in urban centers. Let's use the verb to report, not just decir, but let's say the verb to report is afirmar. So let's say afirman que los gritos de la calle, conversaciones con los vecinos y el ronquido. El ronquido, remember, it's a noun. It is snoring. The noun is el ronquido. It's not a verb. De su pareja. Okay, so those that live in the urban centers state that shouts in the street, conversations with neighbors, and snoring of their partner are the main causes. Son las causas, or las principales causas. Okay, so think in English and write in Spanish. I know this is a long video, and that's why we only did 3 questions, but we did do a lot of reading. Tomorrow, we'll hit 4 through 6, and I think you guys are awesome. Thank you very much, and I hope you have an awesome day. Sorry, it looks so creepy. I look green because I'm using the green lamp again. There I am. Hi. Hey, you guys. Okay, I miss you guys so much. I really wish I was in school. I see you soon, very soon, and take care. All right.